Yo, what's going on everyone? We're here with our APA Round 1 playoff game. The game that I genuinely did not think we were making, to be honest. You heard me right though, we are in fact playing our APA Round 1 playoff game. We're taking on Ogobina, our coach of the Miami Mence. If you guys enjoy, leave a like down below, comment, subscribe of course. We got an APA playoff homecoming and I do not intend on losing it after just barely fucking making it. So, I mentioned in my last APA upload that I did not think we were having a playoff game. I did not think we were making playoffs. At the time, it seemed extremely unlikely of when I played Joey. I uploaded a little thing at the end of the video, if you guys caught on though, that said basically what we need to do to win. Now, as the time of recording that, I already knew a couple of the games that I mentioned in there's results, but I did not know all of them. It came down to basically two games, being Mono versus Josh. Josh won that game 1-0, so it confirmed Mono did not make playoffs, which is great. And the other one was based on Patty's game, which Patty ended up actually getting a forfeit loss because Patty did not end up messaging his opponent. So I clinched playoffs after that, which is great. We got the 9th seed, so we didn't even get 10th seed because we had head-to-head over Panther, which was great. And apparently we also had head-to-head over Mono too, by like one game. So that also helped a lot. So I think we were pretty clinched on playoffs actually, like looking back in hindsight. But that's with the hindsight and having actually like really dug through the stats. And to be fair, there was still definitely a chance we didn't make it. But we did, in fact, make playoffs. We got 9th seed, so we're taking on 8th seed Ogobina. Panther is taking on round 1 Ultra Player. Other 6 teams that made playoffs are from 6 to 1, Moet, Diet Tight, Kyle A, MV, Pokemon MD, or actually no, Pokemon MD, then MV, and then Chimpact. Chimpact got 1st seed. So basically the way the playoffs go is winner of My Game vs. Oval is playing Chimpact next week, going up on Sunday. Winner of Ultra V Panther is going up against MV next week because MV got the 2nd seed. He was tied record-wise, but had the head-to-head. Or it was Strength Essential. It was something like that. I forget if it was head-to-head or Strength Essential. Point is, though, is that MV was the 2nd seed. Then Joey is playing up against Moet next week. And then Jay is, aka Diet Tight, is playing up against Kyle A next week. So, those games will all be going up next Sunday. The 7th through 10th seeds, though, had to play each other for the last 2 playoff spaces. So, thankfully, we got on that. We got 9th seed otherwise. We were just bubbling out of playoffs otherwise. So, we'll take that. I have been really looking forward to this playoff matchup, I'm going to be honest. As unlikely as I thought it would be that I would get matched up against Ogle for round 1 playoffs, I'll take it. Because I've been saying all season that if I had this version of the team, I felt confident I could beat Ogle. I've said it to a ton of people. So it seems a little cocky, I'm not gonna lie, and then looking back at the matchup, I was like, oh fuck, I have no Darm counterplay, and my Keldeo counterplay is worse this time around. So I was pretty terrified, I'm gonna be honest. As much shit as I had been talking, I was pretty fucking terrified to play this team again. So we're gonna take it. I still have no intention of losing this game. We got playoffs on a barely chance, like on a miracle, and I do not intend to lose it the first week that we have. Now, on the off chance that we do lose it, I do have a surprise in our Mon 6, just to make sure that, you know, we go out with a bang. So, yeah, let's get into the team. Last time that we played Ogo, we had an entirely different roster, if you guys remember that. Our old roster was, let's see, so we had Cinderace, Keldeo, Hydra, Mamo, Gmax Pikachu, Roselia, Crustle, Slurpuff, Drifblim, Greedent, and then some other mon. I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't tell you what that last mon was. But if we look at our free agents actually, that'll tell us. So our old version of the team, yeah. So we had Crustle, Roselia, Cinderace, Drifblim, Abomasnow. I didn't even remember. Oh, you know what? Yeah, apparently we had an Abomasnow on the team. I had no idea that we had that. Oh, you know what? Never mind. That was a mistake. My bad. So it was Crustle, Roselia, Cinderace, Drifblim, Slurpuff, Bronzong was the last one, Greedent, Gmax Pikachu, Mamo, Keldeo, Hydra. So that was our 11. And versus Ogo's team, a lot of the things that we struggled with last time, we still do actually struggle with this time, to be honest. Darm is still a big issue. Though, albeit, Darm isn't as big of an issue because we have Quillfish, which is actually a slightly better check than I had before. My check before would have quite literally been Keldeo. And, like, maybe Heatproof Bronzong, I guess, quote-unquote. But last time our matchup versus Darm was atrocious. We banked on hacks, luckily it didn't come. Keldeo, our matchup was pretty awful. It's even worse now because you don't have Roselia, which was a loose check. Matchup versus Necrozma is so bad. It's as bad as it was last time, but it's still really bad nonetheless. Our Duraludon matchup's a lot better this time around, actually. Zard helps a lot more than Cinderace does, because Cinderace doesn't do shit for damage, and Zard actually can fire off a hit. On top of that, also, we have stuff like Null is a pretty good switch in. Copper Jaw is a great switch into it. So our Duraludon matchup, I feel a lot more confident in, I'm going to be honest. Rhyperior is a lot more of a bring this time, though I don't see Rhyperior coming, to be honest. I think we still have really good counterplay to it, like Keldeo, for example, pretty much invalidates it. Hydra's still really scary versus it as well. Mamo is pretty good. Mamo's pretty good for it. Copper Jaw is pretty good for it. So I don't think that Rhyperior comes, but it's a lot better of a matchup, I will say. Boltund is pretty annoying, because Boltund could just nuzzle my Zard, and it's kind of fucked. The Golisopod is still really scary, though we do have a lot better counterplay this time around than we did last time. Kling Klang and Skuntank do not come against this team, which is great. I think the other 9 honestly could. I would probably bench Dilmize, though, but I would get why it would come, to be honest. It's not a bad Keldeo check if Sylveon went down, but it does invite in Zard and Memo for free, so I could get why Dilmize would be benched. I think it's between the other 8, though, Rhyperior through Golisopod and Sylveon through Duraludon. Personally, I would probably bring the first 5 and then probably Golisopod if I was Owen, but I also build a lot different, I draft a lot different, so Owen also is a phenomenal prepper. I know he's a phenomenal group of friends helping him prep, so I really don't think that I'll be able to necessarily predict exactly what he brings, but regardless though, first up we have G-Max Charizard. I have Fire Blast, Solar Beam, Iron Tail, and Hurricane. Originally over Iron Tail I had Tailwind in this spread. I ended up running a really bulky spread on that at the time, but I didn't see Darm in a lot of mocks, and I figured that my Darm matchup is better this time than it was last time by a slight margin, and if it didn't bring Darm last time, there was no chance in hell he brought it this time, as good as it is against my team, because the matchup is just worse for it objectively. So I figured I was pretty safe on that. I throw an Iron Tail because Sylveon was a really good Zard check, and with the 20 physical attack with Timid Nature, I should 2-hit KO Sylveon with the max Iron Tail. I do run 40% minimum to Sylveon. At least, I'm pretty sure Spidef Sylveon, that's the roll. I don't know about FizzDef, I forget the rolls for that, but at least Spidef Sylveon, no, that's the roll. Which makes sense because Spidef, Special Zard is really scary for him, and that's probably one of his better checks inside of Rhyperior, with like a Rindo Berry Spidef set. So yeah, I figured that was really good. 220 speed creeps Darm. I had to go with a lot faster spread on this build because I wasn't going Tailwind, unlike in the team I ran in my first set of mocks. So that was unfortunate. I couldn't run the Bulky Zard because Bulky Zard was so good against stuff like Scarf Keldeo, for example, could do at least take a hit from to an extent if I was pretty much at full. I was able to run Modest in that build as well, so I was able to nail the team really badly. But it is what it is. I think I prefer this build. I think it's a lot safer. But it was just another set I had in mind, so I wanted to discuss it because it did definitely have a pretty good matchup here. Next up on the team, we have Copper Jaw with the Life Orb. I have Rock Slide, Earth Power, Iron Head, and Playoff. I decided Earth Power over High Horsepower because overall, Rhyperior is probably going to be not very Fizz-Def this game. So Iron Head should still 2-KO that regardless, but in case it is really Fizz-Def, Earth Power will 2-KO, whereas High Horsepower was always doing less than Iron Head was, so I figured it was pretty pointless. Also, versus Duraludon, Earth Power is a guarantee to a KO versus G-Max Duraludon, like in the max form with this investment. Unless it's insanely Spidef, which he brought a pretty like neutrally bulky spread last time. Whereas High Horsepower was like a 3-KO at best. So I didn't feel confident in bringing High Horsepower. I think it peaked to like 44 even versus like no bulk on the physical end. Give or take. I forget the exact rolls though, I'm going to be honest. Also, Earth Power means I don't take life or damage, which is great. I could bluff an item to an extent. Playoff is nice because it'll Oko Keldeo, which is very important. Iron Head is so spammable against this team. The switch-ins are pretty bad. It's really just Golisopod and Keldeo, and Duraludon, which all three of them I have coverage for. Golisopod is why I have Rock Slide. Same as the Darm, to be fair, because Rock Slide will actually Oko the Darm guaranteed, which is phenomenal. Yeah, I felt like this was pretty good. I would run High Horsepower if I thought that Kling Klang could come at all, but it's not coming. I can guarantee it's not coming against my team because it didn't come last time, and I thought I had an okay matchup last time as a Fairy Check versus Drum Slurpuff. And my team is so much better against Steels this time around. Not that I had a bad matchup last time, but between Keldeo, Mamo, Zard versus Keldeo, Mamo, Cinderace, it's so much scarier for Kling Klang, so there's no chance in hell it comes. Next up, oh yeah, also, we're minus speed this week. Another reason I felt comfortable for Earth Power is because we're actually bringing a Trick Room team. I'll get into that later on. That gets into mod number 6, so stay tuned for that. Next up, we have Alcremie with Calm Mind, Dazzling Gleam, Recover, and Acid Armor. This was a pretty last-second ditch on the team. A lot of people told me not to bring it. I had a Quillfish build that was actually doing pretty okay. I believe I had Hydra another build that was doing But I decided on Crummy because Hydra is a pretty bad mon in this build from every one of my mocks. As good as it looks on paper, it really never did anything because of the Sylveon. It pretty much invalidated it. And Sylveon had pretty free wishes against my build. Also on top of that, with Quillfish was pretty much just fodder, and it gave another mon that Necrozma could set up on. All that I could really do is taunt it back, and even then if it hit Photon, it could just come in later and set up. So Alcremie was my solution, because Alcremie could set up alongside not only Necrozma to an extent, but also could set up on stuff like Golisopod, for example. Keldeo could set up on, as long as it wasn't Specs. I could even set up on Duraludon to an extent. Keyword to an extent. Like if Duraludon comes in, predicts I'll switch, I get a Calm Mind off. If it's not maxed anymore, I'm pretty fine, quote unquote. If I'm a +1 though, I can take on hits from Duraludon and recover up on them. I can, at +2 Fizz Def, take non-bent Darm hits and recover up on them, and basically just kill off Darm. I dual step as well in case of he is Dragon Dance and Necrozma, because Dragon Dance and Necrozma was very, very scary for my build last time, and I know that it has still a very good match against my team. Photon, Dragon Dance, Earthquake, Filler should ram through my team. Probably like knock off as the last move just to take type Null on better, I guess. But it doesn't really even struggle with that anyway. Actually, you know what? I would need something for Hydra. Probably like X's or a Brick Break. Point is though, Necrozma is terrifying. So having the dual setup helps get around any investment for Necrozma no matter what, as long as I just get really good rolls. So yeah, I feel really confident in Alcremie though. Alcremie could honestly win me the game because Cling Cling does not come to this game. There's no way. And the only other scary mon for it would be like Haze Skuntank, but again, Skuntank does not come to this game. There's no chance in hell. I would bet my channel on it that Skuntank does not come to this game. So yeah, I feel really confident. This thing could honestly be a really good sleeper. I think against Ogle's team as a whole, he has really good checks, but not to what he can actually comfortably bring. So we're gonna run with it. Next up, I have Rocky Helmet Keldeo. This is what we had to settle on for a Darm check because I could not bring Quillfish to this game. So, as I mentioned, Quillfish does help a lot better with checking Darm, but Darm on paper was still terrifying for my team, and Quillfish was really easily dead against a lot of the other mons, so I had to settle for Helmet fucking Keldeo. Taunt, Surf, Toxic, Focus Blast. Focus Blast should 2 KO versus Duraludon, even with the low investment, and that's in max, keep in mind. The Surf is going to be great versus like Rhyperior and Darmanitan. Toxic Taunt helps me get around stuff like Necrozma Sylveon because it'll pressure them on switches. If I taunt Necrozma, I can't set up. If I Toxic Sylveon into a taunt, then I can make sure it's Toxic and I can't get a Heal Bell off. I think it's worth the sack, especially when most likely the play is always to Heal Bell or Wish there if I Toxic first, because Sylveon would never predict me to stay in, unless it was a really urgent thing that killed me. Also, it's really great for Necrozma to just Toxic that, because once I Toxic that, Alcremie can stall it out really easily. So if I need to trade this, I would much rather trade this than trade, like, let's say Alcremie or my Zard. This is probably the first stack if Darm doesn't come. But it is still a pretty good mon here, I will say. 28 speed should creep for Adamant or Modest Necrozma. I don't think that Jolly or Timid ever come versus my team because Mamo would always outpace it. So yeah, I feel confident in that. Next up, we have Adamant Keldeo. Adamant Mamo with Soft Sand. I have Earthquake, Icicle Crash, Knockoff, Shard. Same moveset as last time, except for I didn't have Stone Edge this time around. Knockoff is great to get rid of boots on the Golisopod. Stabs hit everything but Golisopod, phenomenal. I ran Soft Sand this time because last time I ran Bend, and that was extremely easy for O to take advantage of with Golisopod. Whereas at the very least, if I need to sack this, or if let's say it's just in general range of a knockoff, I can just click knockoff on Golisopod. I can take a non-offensive hit from Golisopod, and I do truly think that defensive is coming, because otherwise the team is very fucked against Mamoswine. So I can take a non-offensive Aqua Jet, at least if I'm pretty healthy. So that's obviously great to knock it off and force it to emergency exit, because it would have to liquidation. And even if it gets an Aqua Jet off, it's not a huge deal. I'm not taking life or damage. So in general, the Mamo is pretty good against this build. But honestly, compared to stuff like Alcremie and Zard, I think Mamo's going to be a lot more backseated than it was in my first build when I played Owen the first time around, where it was basically, I win if I keep this around and I lose if it dies. So luckily I have a lot less dependency on Mamo because of the hard checking Golisopod to it, so that's huge. Finally though, we're on to the biggest enabler on our team. This is going to be, in my opinion, the real make or break of the team. We're bringing Woobat to playoffs. Now, as I mentioned, I wanted to bring Woobat very, very badly in main season. I decided, though, because we didn't bring it in main season, and I wanted to guarantee we could bring it, I was going to bring it here. No matter what the matchup was, I was going to bring it to my round 1 playoff game. And it happened to actually have a really good niche here. I think that of all the 10 playoff teams, well, all the 9 others, this is the best Woobat matchup we're getting. I can confidently say that. This is basically our out to DD Necrozma because of Unaware. And Photon is not going to be clicked versus this thing, and even then Photon does not do shit against us. So that is great for us. Super Fang will get through any sort of subsets. Also, in general, it's just a really nice chip on a Necrozma because it does not bring recovery against my build. It cannot afford it if it wants to hit my team properly. So that is obviously really helpful. Roost is great to keep us healthy. We have Trick Room. Trick Room is to enable Copper Ajah to sweep, because Copper Ajah actually is a phenomenal offensive matchup under Trick Room. Otherwise, stuff like Darm beats it, Keldeo beats it, even Rhyperior can stop it. But with Trick Room up, we can actually get good enough hits on all of those to Oko, Keldeo, and Darm, and 2-kill Rhyperior, and Rhyperior won't necessarily guarantee the kill on us, which is great. It depends on how defensive it is, though, to be fair, and the moveset. I'm pretty sure it doesn't kill us, though, because of our Fizdef investment on Copper Jaw, but I could be wrong in that. Regardless, though, the moveset in general is really nice for outstalling stuff like Necrozma, for example. It's not even bad for outstalling Sylveon either, to be completely honest. Though I will say Sylveon can obviously get around it with its moves. But defensive Sylveon cannot actually do Achilles, which is great. So yeah, this mod in general is just really annoying. Super Fang as well, if the G-Max is popped under Raladin, will be really nice for breaking it. Even if it is in max, it's still doing a quarter, which puts it in range of stuff like Keldeo. Copper Shot will guarantee to a KO at the point with with Earth Power, so it's just an enabler in all honesty. I don't expect Wuhat to sweep his team. Realistically, it can't do that, but it can at the very least honestly get stuff in range for other mons to do a lot of work. If we kill a couple key mons with Copper Ajah, it depends on what we kill, but that obviously opens up a lot of doors. Like, let's say if we kill the Necrozma with Copper Ajah, that opens up doors for stuff like Alcremie to just be a lot more focused on Darm. If we kill the Darm with Copper Ajah, that means a Keldeo can just be a free sack, and I can just Toxic everything extremely freely. If we kill the Duraludon, then that means my Zard can honestly OHKO pretty much everything barring the Sylveon, which is phenomenal for it. Unless it's, again, like a Rindo Rhyperior. So, it does open up a lot of doors for Copper Ajah, which is very, very good because Copper Ajah is really threatening for that. Regardless, though, I spent 17 minutes now rambling on about the team. Let's get right into the game. Peace out, guys. Yo, what's going on, guys? We're here with the APA Round 1 playoff game, taking on Oglebina. Ogle is probably, if I had to pick a single coach, the coach who is, at least on a out-of-team basis, probably the most equal to my skill level, I would say. So it's a very, very even match of skill. Matchup-wise, it's a little different, but we'll see. Ogle brings... Okay. So this is fairly similar to what I expected, actually. He brings the Necrozma with Prism Armor, Keldeo, Justified. It's Resolute as well, because you can tell because of the spray. So that means he has Secret Sword. Okay, good to know. Sylveon. I missed that last time, actually. But that's a good giveaway. Glycopod with Emergency Exit and Rhyperior. Okay, so that's definitely a solid rock Rhyperior as well, probably with Rindo Berry. I have one lead this game, and it's always Keldeo. No matter what he brings, my lead is Keldeo this game. He didn't bring the Darm, so Keldeo is actually fairly useless, if I'm gonna be honest, especially against what he brought. It's really only a Glycopod check, but this is one more Glycopod check than I had last time, and his team is still fairly Toxic weak, and in general, just fairly Keldeo weak. So I'll take that. Best of luck to Ogle, of course, this game. I am looking forward to a fun game. I told Ogle before we started, whoever wins, I'm hoping wins the league. So, best of luck to him, of course. This will be a very, very tough game, though, I'm not gonna lie. We did bring the Woobat, though, so we automatically have an advantage. He leads with Glycopod, that's perfect, because I'm definitely inclined to just spike this first. Not spike this, taunt this turn 1. If Keldeo does come in hard, that's fine. I would rather not have a spike up versus me, if I'm being honest. So I'm gonna go for the taunt turn 1 and just make sure he can't get his spikes up. Then I'll Toxic turn 2, because there's no fucking way that Duraludon hard switches in. I would say he's either gonna stay in and spike, or he's gonna go hard Sylveon. So he goes no Lux here. That is the Sylveon. Yep. Okay. Perfect. I'm fine with taunting this in all honesty. Making sure that it can't wish up later is really, really important. That means he's probably gonna go for Mystical Fire here, if I had to guess. So I'm going to play around that, and I'm gonna go hard into. I could honestly go hard Woobat here, but the issue being with that is if he predicts. Though to be fair, I guess if I went hard Zard, the same thing happens. I think I'm gonna actually go hard Woobat here, yeah, because he can't Toxic me. And I doubt that he doubles out. If he does double out, I have a good Keldeo switching to most of his team, so I'll definitely take that. Same as Alcremie as well. And it really only bothers me, I guess, if he brings in Rhyperior here, which there's no fucking way he does that. There's no way in hell. Oh, I know Ogo's ballsy, but he's not that ballsy to do a turn 2 against my team, when if he sacks right here, he's kind of fucked his Zard. So, if anything, he goes like Necrozma, I guess, on the double, which wouldn't make the least amount of sense. Regardless of what we're going to see, I'm assuming it's probably going to be Mystical Fire. So we're going to bring in Bochi here, our Woobat. He does withdraw, so he does decide to do the double. Please don't be right here. He goes into Alex, so I think that's Golisopod. Duraludon, okay. I don't actually mind this thing coming in, because I know that I take a hit. And I know as well that I do underpace, so I'm actually going to go for the Trick Room here into a Super Fang. I'm perfectly fine expending this on Duraludon, if I'm being honest. It's still perfectly fine, because Copper Jaw does come in pretty freely at that point. Even if he clicks Max Lightning here, I should still take it, because of my Spit F. So, we're going to see Duraludon G-Max here. Actually, Lightning would kill. Forgot about that, because I'm no longer the Spit F variant. But if he's not clicking Lightning here, then it's free. And if he does click Lightning, then I know for a fact that that I can bring in Duraludon next turn. Or even Zard. Actually, maybe not Zard. He goes for Rockfall. Okay, so I can take a Rockfall for sure. So, really, really glad that he clicked that. Okay, and the fact that he's outpacing is pretty good. He's probably running a similar spread to last time, if I'm being honest. Regardless, though, with this Super Fang off, I can guarantee kill with Earth Power when I do sack this. So, Earth Power will nail this. And then I have a couple turns of Trick Room, so that is really, really good for me. This is probably an ideal position, if I had to guess. I don't feel like roosting, because honestly, not keeping this thing alive is probably my ideal play. Making sure... Like, I know that Necrozma is a bit troublesome should I sack this, but I think that it's still more worth it, in honesty, to sack this here. So we're going to go for the Super Fang, and it's going to do a fair bit. Perfectly fine. He's going to go for a Depletion here. He probably expected us to click like a Roost or something. Okay. Woobat 0-1. Woobat has done its service. He has already burned 2 turns of G-Max on us as well, which is great. Because that means I get a free playoff. I had a free Earth Power here. So I'll definitely take that. And we still have 2 more turns of Trick Room after that, keep in mind. If he does decide that he's going to click Protect here or something, then he's losing out on his, he's losing out his max. Then he does guarantee die to Earth Power. He has no switch into this either. His best switch in would be Golisopod, but that has to take a Rock Slide. So Earth Power's going to go off. And it's going to do a fair bit. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much what I was expecting. Knuckles going to go off and do, like, no damage. We should chew this, yeah. Perfect. Okay. So Duraludon outside of Dynamax. Player F still honestly kills. Hell, Iron Head might even kill at this point. But I don't want to risk going Iron Head. I could honestly go for Iron Head, if I'm being completely honest. I think I'm gonna go for Player F. Player F has like no actual resist on this team. No resist at all. So I'm gonna click Player F and risk the miss. Because any chip on this build is really, really nice for us, in my opinion. So I think that's perfectly fine to click. And as there's no switching, because the Darm didn't come, so there's no actual switching. Even though Darm is no bulk at all. I'm shocked that he left it at home again, if I'm being honest. But I'll take that. If it's not Golisopod as his rocker as well, it's Rhyperior. Well, not Golisopod. If it's not Duraludon's rocker, it's Rhyperior. Which is perfectly fine for me as well. He went... Oh my god, he actually sacked his Keldeo here. This was like his win con last time, so to see this drop so quickly, that is so fucking good for us. And remember, guys, Woobat made this possible. Woobat quite literally made that turn possible, because there's no chance in hell he would have switched out there had I not had to trick him up. And I still have it up for another turn as well, so he's gonna have to really play around that. Losing his Keldeo this early on is so fucking good for me, because he didn't bring the Darm, so that was his win con right there, if it's not the Necrozma. Okay. So, we have, right now, we currently have one more turn of Trick Room left. Okay. I am inclined to just click Player Off again. No, I'm gonna click Earth Power, actually. If Rhyperior comes in hard on this, that's fine by me. Keldeo going down was huge. He's gonna just sack. Okay. So Duraludon's also now gone. Which is really, really good, because Keldeo is so much less dependent offensively now. Shoutouts to Woobat, though. Woobat Machine Go. Got the nice chip. etc., etc. Mostly the Trick Room, in all honesty, that helped me kill 2 mons right here. If Necrozma comes in here, I have a bit of an issue, but otherwise I should honestly be fine. It goes into J here. That's probably right here. Yep, okay, right here it comes in. Perfectly fine with just sacking this, in all honesty. I think that going for an Iron Head here is so valuable versus this mod, and then I can bring in Keldeo hard afterwards. I don't want to switch in Keldeo recklessly, though. That's not a play. He has Rocks. Okay. I'll take that, because an Iron Head should do around half of this, because definitely Spit F right here. Oh yeah, no, that's like really Spit F right here. That is like almost no HP to it as well, which is really, really good for us. So I'll just click it again. He does have the Rock Slip though, which are a bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. He's gonna go for Earthquake here. Okay, perfectly fine with sacking this. Okay, so, at this point, I feel pretty confident in bringing in Keldeo hard here. Actually, no, I'm gonna go into Mamoswine, and I'm gonna click Knockoff. Because when Golisopod gets baited in, I can go hard Keldeo on that. And then the Rocky Helmet chip will be nice on that. Memo should still honestly kill this. Actually, hold on. Rhyperior. So Rhyperior took around 70 from Iron Head. From Copper Shaw. Okay, so that's like a pretty no Spit F set. Okay, so versus Mamoswine. Knockoff wouldn't actually guarantee the kill. I'm going to just click Earthquake then, because Earthquake just shits on the team right now. And then I can click Knockoff afterwards. He did see me bring up Bandit Mamoswine last time, so he might honestly be anticipating I do it again. Because Bandit is, to be fair, not bad against Steam. It's actually really good. But I didn't want to have as much trouble as I did last time with the fucking Golisopod. Also, since I don't have hazards, I don't actually need to knock off Golisopod. It's only boots. And truthfully, keeping Mamoswine around is still really nice, because having the Ice Shard around for the fucking Necrozma is huge. So we're gonna still keep this around. I am gonna go hard into Keldeo here, because I haven't revealed my helmet yet. So Golisopod taking that damage is gonna be really, really nice for us. He's probably just gonna Spike Stack, which I don't mind doing. The Toxic that I'll get afterwards is so worth it. Also, Alcremie could honestly set up and win at this point. It's a pretty nice win con. So I'll definitely take that. He's lost like all his actual answers to it. His best breaker would be like the Sylveon. First impression, perfect. Okay. I'll definitely take that. That was fair. I'm gonna just click Toxic, because most likely the Sylveon comes in hard here, and getting that thing poisoned is gonna be really nice. Okay, solid. That's the Sylveon. Okay. So come on, hit. Yes, perfect, okay. Alright, so I'm gonna use this to scout and see if he has Heal Bell. Because Heal Bell obviously would make this a bit annoying, but I do need to know if he has it. I do still need this around, so I'm actually gonna go hard into Mamoswine here. Getting the free Earthquake would be really, really nice. So I'm gonna just do that. Yeah, I'm gonna just go hard Mamo here. If he clicks Hyper Voice, so be it. I can bring in Alcremie at that point and go for a win. So Mamoswine versus Sylveon. Yeah, he would need to be pretty offensive to actually kill. He's gonna go for Side Shock here. Really, really nice play. Probably was around like Calm on Keldeo, but that's not gonna do any real damage. He did around 40. So he's definitely not offensive. He's definitely not offensive. Okay. I think I'm gonna click Knockoff. I don't think he had leftovers on this. That's not leftovers. I'm gonna click Knockoff here. Golisopod's coming in hard. There's no fucking way he stays in. I think he's Scarfed, actually. Now that I'm saying so, I think that's a Scarf Sylveon. Which is really well played, because I almost did bring a Calm on Keldeo, and that could have been really scary for Calm on Keldeo. But yeah, no, I think that's Scarfed. Like, bulky. It might even be like a fat Scarf set, to be honest. Or it might just be that I'm completely a moron and missed the leftovers. That might be it, too. But I think this might be Scarfed. Like a really low offensive Scarf set. As I said, I could just be a moron, though. It brings in John Jr. here perfectly fine. Once we knock this off, it's in helmet range before it gets emergency exited out, which honestly might be what Ogo's banking on at this point. Him going for first impression. Let's see. So he went for first impression last time. He did a fair bit of damage. So that would kill this, actually, if he's offensive. So I can't actually risk this Mon. Still kind of important. I'm gonna go just hard Keldeo. He probably is defensive in all honesty, but I would so much rather just let the Sylveon come in again. So, because then if I figure out that it is Scarfed, I can set up on it and go for game. So I would so much rather that. First impression. Okay, yep, perfect. So, yep, okay, so he is brought into emergency exit range. Also, I think I'm just gonna stay in Surf at this point. Because if he clicks Hyper Voice as well, then that's great. This will basically just tell me, though, like, better information on this Mon, though. So, Toxic goes off, and yeah, no leftovers. So he's definitely not leftovers, at least. We figure out how Spidef this is, though. I'm gonna click Taunt, actually, so that way then he can't Wish Up, if he isn't a Scarf set. I do think this might actually be, like, a fat Scarf set, though. Which also, if he is locking into Hyper Voice... Oh, because he's not Scarfed, at least. There's no way he would have not outpaced me if he was Scarfed. Maybe he's AV. Okay, so that's not Scarfed, at least. So Mamo does guarantee outpace, because I have the same speed tier on this. And he's definitely not leftovers either. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in Alcremie here. He's taunted, so he can't even, like, Toxic me. He's not gonna do any actual damage either. Okay. So we're going to go for the Calm Mind first. Because I do have my leftovers, so I can definitely get myself out of range of the fucking whatchamacallit. So yeah, we're just gonna go for this. This could still be bad if he goes, like, hard Necrozma here, but it's not a huge deal anyway. He goes into Yep, okay, so he goes hard Necrozma finally. Okay, so not a huge deal. I can still muscle past this, but it is definitely gonna be an annoying one, to say the least. He brought Dragon Dance against me last time. I still think that's his best set. Necrozma. Okay, so I'm gonna go for an Acid Armor here. My guess is that he sets up, which is fine because I'll be +1 on him, and then I can just Acid Armor again and then recover. Or, yeah, point is though, is I can Acid Armor here. It's really free. I just have to hope that he clicks Dragon Dance and not Sword Stance. If he clicks Sword Stance... Okay, so he does click Dragon Dance, perfect, okay. So this is legitimately my win con now, huh? My game banks on not getting crit. Okay. So, I need to Acid Armor one more time and then go for a Calm Mind. He goes for a second Dragon Dance. Okay. So I'm gonna go for another one. I'm gonna go for a Calm Mind at this point. Actually, no. I'm gonna go for 2 Decleams because depending on his spread, I could actually kill him at that point. We are at full, so he can't actually 1v1 us. He would need to crit. And even then, I don't think a crit could guarantee kill. But okay, he's gonna go for Photon Geyser here. Perfectly fine. All right, so we do chew that. Does around 60 HP. Okay. So he's Dragon Dance, Photon Geyser. So our game at this point quite literally banks on us not getting crit. Great. I'm gonna recover here. He's going for another Dragon Dance. Okay, perfect, fine. I'm gonna Acid Armor next turn. Actually. So we're at full now. So he's at +3. We're at +4. I need to go for another acid armor. Use for photon here. Perfect. Okay, so we should take that still. Okay. So I need to recover, which gives him another Dragon Dance turn now. Fuck. I think I do lose this. I think I lose. Yep, so he does Dragon Dance here. Fuck, okay. I'm gonna need to crit him. Okay. Actually, no, he does around 48. Okay, so great. I think I actually can win this still. Okay, so it's gonna quite literally be a very, very risky endgame here. Oh, I also have, I started Memo still, because Memo's still alive. Okay. Phew. And we take this anyway. Okay, perfect. So I don't actually need to crit him, but it's nice. It's always nice. Okay, so I think that Mamo and Zard can still win this game, though. I'm just gonna have to de-gleam this. I cannot risk. Okay. So we took that. So Alcremie kills the Necrozma. Thank fuck. Shoutouts to Alcremie. Moogie strong. Moogie strong. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Moogie strong. Love this mon. I love this mon so much. It's tea time. He brings in the Sylveon here. Okay. So I can definitely recover on this. This might be game. Use for Hyper Voice? Okay. Goatmon. Goatmon. Let's get it. I'm gonna go for another Calm Mind here. He definitely doesn't have leftovers. I don't know if he has like a berry or something. He's probably a berry actually. He might have prepped for Iron Tail Zard, if I'm being honest. Or maybe it's like a citrus berry. Either way, it was really good prep. I think he's definitely berry though, the more I look at this. I'm gonna go for another Calm Mind here. I do need to make sure that I can get rid of this. He's Psyshock, Hyper Voice, so that means at worst he has Wish Protect. Or like Wish Heal Bell. He would have clicked Heal Bell to be fair by now if he had it. I'm gonna click Recover next turn, and then I'm gonna De-Gleam spam. I don't think he's gonna Wish Stall me out. I think he realizes that he can't beat this without a crit. And even then, Mamoswine honestly just comes in, and then I should be good. Okay. So we're gonna go for the Recover this turn, because a crit Hyper Voice could obviously put us in range of a second Hyper Voice, so we're not gonna worry about that. Oh my fucking god, though, this was terrifying. Oh, if you do watch my side, you had me scared shitless with that Necrozma. I was so worried I got my calcs wrong. That could have been very, very bad if I did. Very, very sorry that it had to come to this sort of endgame for a playoff game, but it's playoffs, it's not a main season game, so like there's actual stuff for like I can actually move on from winning this. So yeah, I would like to of course thank my love to thank my Alcremie. And I gotta give a shout out to Woobat. The one game I brought Woobat to was a goat win. It was a crit. I don't know if that mattered at that point. We're +2. I think even versus Spadef I did around 28 min. So, and he'd need to be like AV for it to have mattered. And he was Wish anyway, so he couldn't have been AV. So, yeah, no, I don't think that mattered at all. And then Golisopod. Okay, so Golisopod should be an Hyper Voice and a Dazzling Gleam range for sure. He would need, even a crit doesn't kill me, I know that for a fact. He would need to be like banded for it to actually kill me. And as we see, I outpace anyway, so we're gonna kill. And that is the game. I talked a lot of shit, I'm not gonna lie, saying that I could win this game if I had this team. And I was terrified in mocks that I was gonna get proven wrong. But I'm really glad the Woobat Bros supported. Ben, when you watch this game, I did it for you. The title is going to be Woobat Machine Go Brrrr, specifically for you, Ben. Because I know you're going to click on this video and you're going to see the work that Copper and Ja put in, which allowed us to actually win the game with fucking Alchemy. Because that Keldeo could have been very, very terrifying. Next round, we take on, I think it's either Joey or... It's either Envy or Chimpact next round, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's Chimpact. So, regardless, it's going to be a terrifying game. We lost to Chimpact main season, Envy's team. I haven't played it yet, so I don't have any past game experience. We'll see you guys in the next video. If you enjoyed, press a like, buy the merch, etc., etc. We'll see you guys later. Peace out, guys.